and stop and rest, please. So I'm just continuing on from that little conversation about, well, it wasn't a conversation, I was talking to you really, about balancing being in process and experimenting with the movement. If you find yourself thinking, look, if I don't get this movement, I'm going to be behind. That's a good thing to realize, because you want to get rid of that idea. Do really stay engaged with what you can do, and you'll improve anyway. You don't have to keep up with others. You don't even have to keep up with the lesson. Stay engaged in this process of exploring and paying attention, and the benefits will come along. So please come up to sit. And could you all sit so that your chest is facing this projector screen? And really, really know that you are facing the front. This is front. So that your chest faces front. And if your chest is facing front, there's a good chance that your right leg is facing front. Could you sit in that asymmetric position?
Clarify front.
Yeah, that whole wall. That whole wall. Sorry, thank you for that clarification. Yep, it's the whole wall is front. That's front. So sit in that asymmetric position. And slip your right hand behind your head. Lean on your left hand in front of you. Take your elbow to the floor, just like you've been doing, and then come back up and, whoop, there's front again. So really orient yourself in this room so that you clearly know that that wall is front. And whether you're going down or coming up, you know that that wall is front. And the next time your elbow's close to the floor, stay there and start to go a little bit around to the right and then come back and still know where front is. Where's front? So not only are you now paying attention to your movement, you're paying attention to where you are in the space of this room. And the next time you start to take your elbow around to the right, think of continuing on around, and maybe for some of you, you can go all the way onto your back. And for some of you not, but go around as far as you can. And then when you come back up to sit, come back up to sit so that you're facing front. And you can use your left hand to walk your way around, that's fine. Yeah? Yeah? So there's something important about knowing where you are in relationship to the room that somehow changes how you pay attention to yourself. So when you lose track of where front is, stop and come back. And as I said, if you want to use that left hand to walk yourself around for the moment, do it. Yeah? But as soon as you go, oh, I think I've lost where front is, stop and return. And where you're heading towards is that you lie down on your back so that your feet are to the front and your head is to the back. And then when you return to sitting, you're facing front. But that doesn't mean you have to get there right now. I said that's where you're aiming. Yeah, so when you lie on your back, the soles of your feet face the front. When you sit, you face front, your chest, your face, your pelvis. That's it, that's it, that's it, that's it, that's it, that's it. Yeah, yeah. And a little bit more action in the legs and that will help you bring you up. Some of you are laughing. Are you finding yourself not facing front? Where am I?
I'm inching.
You're inching front. Okay.
I'm inching.
That's it. Yeah, so there's the movement that you organise in yourself, and then there's the movement that you have to organise in relationship to the room. And one can inform the other. And just take your time. So when you really know what the intent is to come up to facing the room, then you start to organise your movement differently because you're very clear in your intent. So clarity of intention helps you to compose your movement and recompose it and recompose it and recompose it. That's it. Now the left leg needs to be, yeah. There's a lot to pay attention to. That's right. Keep coming around, keep coming around, keep coming around, keep coming. That's right. You can walk around. That's it. That's it. Yep. So some of you are almost ready to not use your left hand, and it's possible not to use your left hand if you just use a little bit of momentum. But that means you need to have a certain level of confidence that this can happen. Yeah. So if there's any degree of anticipation, oh, this might not be comfortable, this will hurt, don't go with momentum. It's not time yet. When the anticipation dissipates, then it's time. And like I said earlier today, you can sit and look, and you can look at how different people do it, because each different person will give you a clue about what's possible. So looking is a great way to see how the act can be done in different ways. Whoop, 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 whoop. Now, start with the left hand, right arm behind your head. Now, put the left hand on the floor. Put the left hand on the floor. That's it. Yeah. And now bring the elbow close. Now, as you take your right elbow around, walk around with your left hand. Walk it around. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Rather than walk around with your elbow, quite different. Yeah, there's the left hand, left hand. Yeah, so you're changing weight between left hand and pelvis, left hand and pelvis, left hand and pelvis. Good. Next time you're on your back, please stay there. Lie with your legs extended. And pay attention to how you contact the floor and whether there are any distinct experiences that you feel inside your body right now that weren't there a moment ago before you started the lesson. Is there a difference between right and left? Which side is more prominent in your attention, more prominent in your experience? And then roll to one side and make your way to standing, but don't be in a hurry. And when you come up to stand, just stand simply and notice what standing feels like. I mean, this is such a typical human thing to do, isn't it? To stand erect over 2 feet. And then think of lifting one foot off the floor just a little bit and then put it back down again. And notice, which leg did you decide to lift? And then lift the other foot and put it down just a little bit, just so that you know it's lifted from the floor. And notice, what's it like to lift this leg? Is there a difference between lifting one leg and lifting the other? The way you stand over one leg to lift, the way you stand over the other leg to lift. And now you're ready to do the next human thing, which is to go for a walk over 2 legs. So please go ahead and do that. Notice what walking feels like. And we'll call that a day, and we'll meet again tomorrow at 10:30. And has anybody got a lesson scheduled tomorrow in the morning? If you don't know, check.
Is there anyone else who's available in the morning to come in? Because I'm trying to optimise the use of tables. Yep, right.
Yes.
Okay, have a great night. 9:30 for the lesson, and 10:30 we'll start as a group. Thank you.
That's the nature of the training. Sorry.
One side.
This lesson is excited for a long time. I made a mistake.
No. I've made a mistake. We're finishing at 5:30. I saw 4:30 and I'm thinking, well, we're finishing. No, it's 5:30. It's 5:30. You're not going anywhere. You're not getting away yet. Thank you, Jenny. Have a little break, please. Oh, man. You're under the heat spot. Very good. Nope.
Banana girl.
Banana girl.